30. Fuck. I can't take it. I try to wait. How about this weed from this dude? This is some fire. Anyway, I try to wait a minute. Well, I should wait 2, 3, 4 minutes when I get ready to do a video. But shit, I can't wait that motherfucking long. I have to make sure my shit is ready. I just can't do it. I'm not like everybody else. I don't come on at a certain time, you know, so all you guys can be on here. Woo, woo, woo. I don't fucking do that kind of shit, man. I really don't care to entertain. I really be wanting to inform people. I know you guys can tell that I'm just getting up, man. Got these big old bags under them. And I don't have bags under my eyes. I have suitcases. Okay. Now let's go ahead on and get started with what I want to talk about. Because I've been doing, I always start off like this. I've always been doing, I've been doing a lot of shit. Hella shit. And the funny thing, it's a really fun, once again, motherfuckers is fucking with me. Rosebud is a snitch. Rosebud this, Rosebud that. I'm telling you guys, it's really amazing to me. 20 years. I haven't been in the streets in 20 years. And motherfuckers is still trying to compare what they doing right now today with me as if I'm out there right now. I mean, it ain't a big thing because I'm really impressed by it because I must have really did some big pimping. How can you be comparing yourself with me 20 years later and I haven't even been out there? People lie on me. You know, that bitch I had that got killed, she was fucking with the police. She wasn't with me when she got killed. Everybody know that, real pimps. The bitch was with Silky. But of course, I was the police. See what I'm saying? Is you gotta see the man. You can't fucking be listening to bullshit. You know what's really funny? The funny thing about some of the questions and things I get now. Most of them don't have shit to do with what I be talking about or my show or anything that you would think to ask me a question about. Most of the questions are about how could a pimp, which I'm not a pimp, how could a pimp have anything valid to say about psychology, about sociology, about family. I mean, because I was a pimp, I don't supposed to know any of this stuff. Jesus Christ, you guys kill me. Just so you know, some of the best psychologists to date, myself included, were in the streets at one time. And you might be surprised to know that you have heard of active learning. There's rote learning and there's active learning. Rote learning is when you take this piece of paper and you read all this information and this is the information you need to retain and When you got this, you read it, and when you get ready to take the test, you don't need this. You take the test, get the answers right, and you good. See, active learning, fuck the test. Because after the test, you got to get out there and do it. That's the difference. That's the difference. See, you might be surprised to know that the streets, the fucking streets, are the best active training arena in the world. There is no active learning arena better. Because the classroom, when they want you to do active learning, they have to mimic what's outside. And they make it up according to the safety of their rooms, their classrooms. In the streets, you don't have no safety net. You have to actively, be doing what you're doing. So you might be surprised to know that somebody you highly respect might have a beginnings from the streets. See, being from the streets, it gives you a certain perspective on life. And what you do with that perspective is completely on the individual who has that perspective. So, be judgmental if you feel you have to be judgmental. But when it comes to me, judge what I am, not what I was. See, this is the big difference between you guys and real men. Real men know I ain't been in the streets for 20 years. Then change my whole fucking life around. The only thing I didn't change was my name. And because of all you think of that name, Rosebud, you don't see me. You see this persona. I don't care. I ain't mad at you. Because I know that persona that Rosebud represents is big shit. If you want to, keep remembering me as such, that's good for me. I ain't mad at you. But when you start talking shit about me and what I do and how I am, at least talk about me currently. Because what you're not understanding, what you're not accepting is that right now, currently, you dealing with me. Bud. Not Bud the pimp. You're dealing with Bud. So this is important. Very important. See, you can't judge that. You can judge what I did in my past. You can judge whatever aspect of my life that you want to judge. But what you can't judge is what's happening right now. The only thing you can do is deal with it and wait to see how it ends. So, what I'm saying is I already did what a Rosebud the Pimp did. I already did it. I'll never do any more of that. Never. I've already done it. So judge it. You guys don't want to judge that because you see I'm a monster then. You guys would rather make up shit. Try to slander me. Now, who possibly could believe I was a fucking snitch? Let me tell you guys something. And this is why I know all the motherfuckers that talk shit about me are faggots. Listen to me. I'm the only one of them motherfuckers. The only one of them. Blasting on Facebook every day. Well, not every day, but blasting on Facebook. Oh, but that ain't shit. I have two, not one. I have two three Me and Steve the Dean doing. I mean, anybody who thought that I wasn't whatever I'm representing would call me up live and roast me. Any motherfucker that believed any kind of shit, they would call me and roast me. And let me tell you something else. Have you ever thought about when these guys come out of the woodworks calling me this, accusing me of that? Have you ever thought about no one ever co-signs what they say? Have you thought about that? No motherfucker ever co-signed it, which means he's the only one that thinks it because he's lying. Now, what I'm saying is when I say shit, motherfuckers already co-signing it because they not co-signing me. They co-signing the shit I'm talking about because that shit happened. So what I'm saying, man, you can read my books. I got one, Single Mother, He's Your Son, and you can constructively critique it. I'm not tripping. Critique something that's done. Critique any one of my 20 books. You can read my book, Rosebud the American Pimp, and you can critique it. I'm not perfect, but I damn near am. I don't talk shit. I do shit. Every once in a while, you see me mixed up in some bullshit on Facebook. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind, you really shouldn't want to get into a whole bunch of he said, she said bullshit. That's the problem we living with still today. In my opinion, it really don't matter whose fault some shit was or is. The only thing that really matters is what the fuck you gonna do about it? How you gonna stifle it? How you gonna end it, prevent it, whatever. You gonna keep it from going on if it ain't cool. That's the only thing that really matters. Remember, divide and conquer. That's a tool that's been used to overcome us forever. Once the problem has been identified, why don't we pool our resources together so that we can eradicate it from our community? And then we can have a conversation about that. There's things that we could be doing. Us solving a problem together should be worth way more excuse me, should be worth way more conversation than whose fault it is. Now, when you mature to a point, you begin to appreciate what the fuck you have today. You begin to appreciate what you did, what you went through to get whatever it is, and you look at this shit in a different way. I mean, it's really, for me, it's just a joy to realize that I'm different than I was a few years ago, a few months ago, a few days ago. I'm saying my dream, for some odd reason, has always been to be some kind of leader. You can't be mad at me because that was my dream. I can only try to fulfill my dream. That's my dream. Now that I'm fulfilling it, now that I've gotten to the point where people are noticing it, everybody want to talk about me. They don't want to talk about me while I'm struggling because then they'll help me. And they don't want to help me. Because for some reason, not some reason, I know the reason. I'm a motherfucker. They hate me. I am a motherfucker. And I started wanting to be a motherfucker when I was like 7. I just wanted to be a motherfucker. I grew up, all my brothers, they were slick, sharp motherfuckers, had goddamn nicknames. I didn't. I didn't fucking have no nickname. My name was Jamon. I hated it. I started out with a complex that was making me want to separate myself. So you can't be mad at me that whatever developed. I thought I was going to, be this leader in the streets, which I was. I led there also, but that's not the leadership role that I really wanted. Because of my growth over the past few years, and yes, thanks to you, I'll give credit where credit is due. Thanks to you, I done learned a lot of shit. Because, of my growth, my mind is going places that I haven't actually thought about. But guess what? It's all a leadership role. It's all under the umbrella of being a leader. After I got my master's degree and I developed a series of books on parenting, well, I didn't really, it's not on parenting. It's really on how we see our roles as parents. It's not really about parenting the kid. It's about how we see the philosophy of parenting. I've written that book. Oh, excuse me, those books. See, I have morphed into this man that I always dreamed of becoming. I plan to have, not plan, I want to have, I want to have free or for very little cost, conferences, international conferences, streets conferences, people from the streets. We meet up on Facebook or Skype or wherever we meet up. And we can brainstorm because there's room for this. We could brainstorm on these small problems that we face with in our, communities, our lives, and help each other. Now, the problems are only large because we waited so goddamn long to attack these motherfuckers. But once we do, like everything else, we're going to prevail. And I'm just in a different place than I was last year, and my life is like steadily progressing. You just, and I always say this, make sure you're progressive. Just make sure you're progressive because time waits on no one. Time don't wait on me. Time damn sure ain't gonna wait on you. And if you don't watch out, you're going to find yourself asking, is it me? Or does it seem like time is flying? I thought it was New Year's, yesterday. And shit, we had another New Year's already. Time will fly like that. Things are going to happen. So what I'm saying is, I've always heard that the only way you won't have this sort of mundane life is if you love what you do. If you love what you do, time will fly, but it'll be flying in a good way. See, when you love what you do, what you're doing, you can do it for 18, 24, 46 hours in a row. It doesn't matter. And you think it's only been 20 minutes because you love what you're doing. I love the life that I have. I love it. And I'm actually fortunate enough to live the life that I love. I just made, well, I ain't just made, but I'm 65 years old. I'm in good health. I am taking meds, but I ain't got no real physical problems. And my dick still get hard in the motherfucker. Shit. I'm almost on top of the world. Talk to my mama, look, mama, I'm on top of the world. I mean, I could do that, but I really do wish my mama could see me, because years before she passed, she knew I was bright. She used to always say, boy, you so apt. That's what she used to say all the time. Boy, you so apt. That means smart in old slavery terms, I guess. But she used to say that. And I just wish she could see what I'm doing now, because before she passed, I promised her that I was going to make her proud of me. Because I was the bad son. Out of all my brothers and sisters, I mean, I got brothers and sisters that do shit. But I have 12 legitimate brothers and sisters from the same two parents. And all them motherfuckers, man, if I list off what they do, they some high fucking achievers. And they weren't even as smart as me. My mom used to tell me, boy, you gonna be something. You gonna be some, boy, Johnny. Anything they needed, Johnny this, Johnny that. And this was about thinking. Because I would get all the answers right now. I didn't have to go get no books. So what I'm saying is I wish you could see that I, really fulfilled that, because I'm in a leadership role to me. She saw some of it. And even though she ain't here to see it come to full fruition, I just make good on my promise, because I'm a man of my word. It's one very important message that I actually got from the streets. And I really hope I'm relaying that to you as we speak. Because in life, in reality, the man is only as good as his fucking word. If you stand on that and your principles in the streets, you'll almost miss all the violence. I'm telling you. Now, I was in the streets for over 30 years. And I only carried a gun for about 2 months. Now, bought this little motherfucker and got pulled over by the popo in '83. And they found it. Took my ass to jail. And from that point on, I didn't think I needed to carry one. I done been to New York City. I done been to DC, Dallas, Texas, Kansas City, Kansas. I mean, I done been to New Orleans. I done been to LA. I've been all over the Bay Area. I've been all over Northwest, North and Southeast. I mean, I done been every motherfucking where. I ain't had no goddamn gun. I handle shit with my conversation, because I done told you motherfuckers. I done told you once, and I'm gonna tell you again. My motherfucking mouth is a goddamn Uzi. And if you fuck with me, I'm gonna spray you. Period. My mouth is a double-barreled goddamn Uzi. I mean, that sounds good to say. But I remember. I remember the fool that I said that to when I first thought of that. This nigga was buff. I didn't know he was buff. It was cold. We was playing pool. And I'm talking shit. And I'm telling I don't always talk shit when I play pool. I don't talk while you shoot. I talk while I'm shooting. Because if I talk while you shooting, you can get mad at me talking about I'm bothering you. But if I talk while I'm shooting, fuck you. Then I'll be talking shit. And this motherfucker, it was kind of cold outside. He had this big old thick coat. At least I thought it was a big thick coat. And I told this mom, whatever the fuck I told him, that motherfucker said, nigga, when he took that coat off, and it was really a thin, tight jacket. I thought it was a big fucking thick overcoat fitting on this nigga, making him look that big. But it was just a little jacket. He took that shit off. And shit. I had to see right then. I had to spring. I say, man, you finna try to beat me up. You ain't gonna win, man, because I'm just a little scary pimp trying to have another hoe. That motherfucker looked at me and started cracking up. He said, man, you a motherfucker, man. He said, your mouth is oozing. That's where that shit came from. Because I shot. Oh shit, but anyway, fuck. As I talk, I think of these things. And that was one of the real determined. This nigga was Hercules. He was so big. He would have probably threw me across the street. And I told that motherfucker that shit. And we became cool. His name was Killer. So let me get back to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you in the streets, the motherfucker go act or react. They go respond to what they think of your persona. So what I have to be thinking, like with Killer, I wonder, did I represent a man that he should not fuck with? Or did I look like a man that he could take what he wanted from? You know how I killed him? I killed his ass by telling him, man, you can take it if you want to because you a big, strong motherfucking I'm a pimp trying to have a hoe. However, I said it was funny as fuck to him. And I was trying to be funny because I think, I don't want this big old motherfucker grabbing me and throwing me across the street. So what I'm saying, you gotta always want to look and be, the man that you see yourself as. So what I'm saying is, when this motherfucker, accepts that he don't want to fight, he realized he can't be mad at me for being sharp. Don't be mad at me for being able to Rolls Royce around the jungle and the animals don't fuck with me. The lions and tigers and bears of the jungle all can recognize shit from sugar. I mean, even though these motherfuckers is sharp, the top flight alpha motherfuckers of the jungle, every once in a while they still poke their nose in some shit. Because of the confidence I have in me, in the things that I do, the confidence that I have in being able to handle anything that comes my way with my conversation, I refuse to be anything less than the man I am. I'm just not. When I was out there, we did all we could to avoid fights and shit. I keep hearing about all this goddamn craziness you motherfuckers be having to deal with, and I wonder, when will the shit stop? Let me ask you something. Do you think a woman of today would prefer a 20th century man or a 21st century man? And before you answer that, let me ask you another question. Do you think a woman knows the difference between a 20th century man and a 21st century man? I'm going to tell you the basic difference. but it goes much deeper than the basic. See, the 21st century man, the men of today, they empathize with women. Empathize means you understand the plight of whoever you're looking or empathizing with so well till you put yourself in their shoes. You put yourself in their place and you think of what's going on with them as if it's happening to you because you're empathizing. See, early 20th century men don't do that kind of goddamn shit. I mean, that's the basic difference right there. That's the basic difference between the 21st and the 20th century men. One empathize and the other one sympathize. So what I'm saying, sympathize means you understand. You really can't imagine what it is to be going through this. I mean, you really don't know what it is to be going through this, but you can imagine what it is. So you sympathize. That's a big fucking difference. And it has everything to do with how women perceive what you think of them. See, now that's the basic difference. And if any woman sees that little difference between you, she's going to designate you without saying anything. She's going to designate you as whichever 21st, 20th century man. Now, I'm just saying, when she does this, I hope that you motherfuckers have an opinion of what man you are. Because it's very important. If you're a 20th century man in the 21st century, you have an ability that a 21st century man in the 21st century does not have. Now, if the 21st century man lived in the 20th century, he would be amazing to the 20th century women because of all the things that he know that hasn't actually came about yet. But that same man and this same woman in the 21st century wouldn't match because the women of the 21st century really want the kind of man that don't empathize with them. They do want the man that understands, but they don't want a bitch ass motherfucking man. Because that's what they think of you when you really understand and identify with them. You a bitch ass dude. They don't like that. Okay. Plus, I don't give a fuck. You might be tired, man. You know, I got up early this morning. You might want to leave because I got a lot to talk about this morning. This is very important shit to me. So what I'm saying is this, man. When something goes wrong in a woman's world, 21st century man will empathize with her and become her girlfriend, and she can cry on his shoulder and all that stuff that the girls do. While an early 20th century man might express his sympathy. He might. When you empathize, you're going to express the sympathy. What I'm saying is, I don't want to say what's better. According to you, whoever you are, I'm only helping you see the difference between the two. I'm only helping you understand what makes men today stand out to the women today. When they see any of that 21st century shit in you, you ain't getting no pussy. You ain't getting no respect. You ain't getting shit. That's the truth. Believe it or not. In my opinion, women don't. And I repeat, does not want a man who empathizes with her. Because once you show that kind of emotion, once you show the ability to empathize, she will never allow you to not show it. You will never be able to not show it. And you're going to become soft to her. Over time, your empathy will be perceived as weakness. And she's going to stop having the love for your ass that she once had. Okay. You ain't fucking gotta believe me. You know? See, over time, your empathy is going to be seen as weakness. And when she stop having the love for you, she going to start feeling obligated to you. That is until she meet me or somebody like me. Then I can, change her outlook. And I do it very simply. As soon as she starts talking and I hear anything about you and your empathetic ass, I'm going to stop her. No, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't even want to hear it. You deal with your shit if that's the case. You don't deal with me, cool. Deal with me and my shit. Because what I'm saying is this. A motherfucker like me ain't hardly going to be listening to no goddamn problems that some broad got with some other life situation. What I'm going to do is establish our situation. And if, when we are established, that shit interferes, I'm going to kill it. This is all it is to it. I'm going to encourage her to live through her problems. I'm going to try to give her support as far as different information to help her live through it. And while I'm fucking the shit out that motherfucking bitch, I'm going to make her want to forget all that and just be with me. So, you be with me, baby, so that kind of goddamn shit won't happen no fucking more. You got to understand what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is, if you establish, I'm not talking about today's man, and I'm not talking about yesterday's man. I'm telling you, you got to understand today is today, yesterday is yesterday, but tomorrow coming, and next week, next year, you got to be a man for all them motherfucking seasons. You can't be a man unless you have principles. And if you have principles, they come with boundaries. Those principles and boundaries are going to keep you out of the bullshit. Listen to me, I'm very serious. All those places I've been, all those things I pimped in, never had a gun. Never. I didn't need one. And I'm not really talking about talking shit. I'm really saying if you pay attention, live according to the rules of the game, you're going to get blessed by the game. It's when you go outside the game. And I don't mean the game of fucking pimping. I'm talking about the game of life. There's rules to whatever you do in the game of being a man. I have to clarify that goddamn shit. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Anytime I start talking, everybody want to believe I'm talking about pimping. Man, okay. Let me calm the fuck down. Man, let me see, man. I know somebody's on here talking a whole bunch of shit. And I'm going to try to remain calm. about this shit. But believe me, Cleveland Roberts, you motherfucker, yeah, some good weed. Matter of fact, let me put it down. Hey, listen, it's legal, so I smoke in my house. Everybody smokes cigarettes. Ain't that a bitch? Matter of fact, who smokes a bone? Ain't that a bitch? I smoke weed. And I do shit. It's 6 o'clock in the morning here. I don't give a fuck. I might be finna go to bed because I've been up for some hours. So let me read some of y'all. Hey, listen now. If you want to fuck with me after I get through talking shit and I'm gonna read this shit, you motherfuckers better be asking me about some shit that I can talk about. I don't want to hear or read no bullshit. And I'm gonna say your name too. To mine, whatever. Do you believe one's actions should always be paid? Man, come on, man. Listen, man, too cool. Everything you say. Let me tell you something. Let me go even further than that. I think motherfuckers is paying attention to me when I'm in the bathroom, toilet, wiping my ass. That's why I do it a certain way. Every time. I don't know. Somebody ain't no motherfucker watching me, but I'm gonna make sure I do it the right way. You know, whatever I think is the right way. If I get up, I'm wherever at the hospital in the emergency ward waiting for somebody that got hurt, and I'm finna go to the bathroom. I get up and walk a certain way. A motherfucker is looking at me. I don't give a fuck if ain't nobody in there. I'm in the motherfucking emergency room and ain't nobody sitting in there with me. I'm gonna get up and walk a certain kind of way because I know some motherfucker somewhere is looking at me. I'm on stage. I'm not afraid to be on stage. I'm always on stage. And when there's no stage, I'm acting impromptu. Improv. I don't care. Yes, bro. All the time you're on stage, somebody's looking at you. Because guess what? That one time you say, oh, man, shit, I don't feel like doing it. Somebody gonna be looking at your motherfucking ass. And they gonna say, look at that punk. I was gonna get with him. At least that's what I think. Hey, Rosebud. Wow, me go whatever. That's a hell of a name. So that got to be shit. Hey, Rosebud, I don't believe that book. Oh, okay. Since taking your course, I realized being a you didn't see, you guys. This is how you people deal with me. They lie. I don't say shit about being a pimp in my course. That has nothing to do with my course. I'm gonna read your question, you lying ass bastard. But people know you lying because my course ain't got nothing to do with no fucking pimping. Since taking your course, I realized being a P might be the hardest profession in the world simply because how much one has to study. If I'd have read that question before I went off on you, I might not have went off on you. But when you said you realized being a P, that didn't have nothing to do with my fucking that didn't have nothing to do with my goddamn fucking what I'm talking about. So, wow, me going. I kind of take half of that shit back that I just said because I didn't read your whole question. But when you said being a P, that just fucking killed me because I was a fucking P. Just because I'm bringing a program don't mean that I'm fucking bringing pimping to some motherfuckers. I'm talking to square ass motherfucking L7, go to work every day motherfuckers like me now. Do you see me charging a bitch? Do you see hoes around me? I ain't no goddamn pimp. That goddamn shit I made up, the course, ain't got nothing to do with pimping. You motherfuckers see pimping because I'm doing it. That's what I'm talking about. You missing the whole motherfucking point. You can't teach no motherfucker how to be a pimp, man. This shit is in you, and you're gonna get your ass out there and learn, bump and grind like you. Ain't no motherfucker pimp don't take no class. Fuck is wrong with you, crazy motherfucker? God, let me come in there, cause I don't want to quit. When I get on this goddamn shit, I get off because you guys ask stupid ass questions. But while me go good, you didn't actually ask a bad question. So I kind of take that back. Cameron, when you love what you're doing for a living and you're not working, you're getting paid to do what you love doing. Yes, you're right, man. That's what I was saying. I think she just wants a man. Wesley Henderson, I don't know what that means. Too cool. In your opinion, what sets you apart from disseminating your live true from many that appear on YouTube? That's a good question. I'm laughing because of the answer. Hey, check this out, man. I mean, I got on this shirt. You know, I don't dress. You don't hear me telling you what time I'm coming home. You don't see me trying to be a nice guy because I want you to give me views. You know, man, that's what separates me. I'm a real motherfucker. You know, if you don't like what I'm saying, fuck you. Period. I'm not gonna sit. You know, these guys with life lessons. Come on, man. Let me ask you this. Let me see, who was that? Too cool. Let me ask you this. Too cool. I want you to respond real quick so I can kick it with you. But what I'm saying is this. Have you ever listened to any of those life lessons and tried it? Just be honest. Come on, man. You can type fast. Send that shit to me, man. Yes or no. Have you ever done that? See, now I gotta wait for about 20 fucking minutes. That's why I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this shit. Because, see, I want to talk about that, and I ain't gonna get to talk about it. Shit. I'm waiting. That's what I'm talking about, man. It's fucking shit. What I'm saying is this. Too cool to kind. I don't even know who the fuck you are. But I will bet you 50-1. You ain't even motherfucking answered me yet. And I'll bet you 50-1 because I'm going to take the chance on you being a man. I will bet you 50-1 you ain't never fucking used none of them life lessons. And you didn't use several crumbs you didn't got from me. Call me a liar, whatever. Come on, man. Hey, I ain't scared. I make bold statements. And if you bold as I am and honest I am, come on, man. Let me hear it. I bet you didn't use some shit you didn't got from me. And I bet you ain't never used no shit from no motherfucking life lesson fucking motherfucker trying to make you think about corporations and businesses. Hey, you want that, then go get it. But what I'm saying is that's not what I'm doing. Under the guise of the game. Come on, man. Too cool. Yes, I have actually do a dialogue back and forth. Okay, bro. I won't talk about nobody. But it's obvious you have not checked that motherfucker's jacket. So, if that's what you believe, I am tip my hat to you. Pimp Ken is not a personal friend, but I don't know nothing personal about him. I did not pimp with him, so I can't say nothing about him. But I do know motherfuckers that did shit with him. And I know what they say. So, I mean, my jacket is pristine. And I am not saying Pimp Ken ain't shit. I'm saying his jacket ain't pristine. Whether the shit is true or not, I'm not getting into that because I don't fuck with him like that. So it doesn't really matter to me because he's, he could do his thing, I can do mine. But when they have the details that they have about shit, that's on you. So where do you think he got the never mind? Because that's all I talk about is the fucking Lion's Den. And the Lion's Den is really never mind. Rich Money. Rise and grind, waking. Rich Money, that's whack. And you know what that shows? That shows that you're young and you ain't got no game because you're trying to talk in rhymes. Sadie Neal. Hey, Sadie Neal, you 21. And if you can see what the fuck I'm saying is true, you need to be fucking with me because I'm trying to reach young motherfuckers. I ain't really talking to a motherfucker my age or a motherfucker 40. They already lost. I want to talk to them young motherfuckers, 21st century motherfuckers like you. Because this shit I'm telling you is how to have a bitch. And what I'm saying is you ain't got to be no pimp. It ain't got nothing to do with being a pimp. It's got something to do with being a man with principles and boundaries, and that's what attract women. See, if you was a pimp, you wouldn't learn that in the streets because that's what I learned. That's why I know active learning. I got a master's degree in teaching and learning with technology, but I don't give a fuck about technology. I believe in active learning. Take your ass out there and do it. We're gonna kick it about how to do it, but I'm not gonna give you a test based on what we kicked. I'm gonna tell you to take your ass out there and do it based on what we kicked. Now, man, I hope you fuck with me, Sadie, whatever how you say your name. I deserve the blast, and I found myself. Oh shit. Okay, I ain't gonna even say your name because I was talking shit about you. But I talk shit. So I was lying. I'm sure I'm gonna say who this is. Hey, wow me, go quick. I deserve the blasting. I found myself through your course. Okay, listen to this, man. Check game. You never, ever want to be misunderstood. So you never talk in lingo when you're speaking publicly. You talk in lingo when you in your car talking with your buddy. But anytime there's any kind of business, you want to be understood. You don't want to be misunderstood. You and I would have had, although we didn't have a bad conversation, we just had a different conversation. If initially you would have said what you was meaning differently. You just got to understand that. Think about this. You're saying one thing that you think will mean something to this woman. But the way you said it with street terms, and she ain't from the streets, she can only understand English. So she's going to hear the words that you're saying, girl, I want you to be down. And she's going to say, what? She's got to get away from you. Why, man? Because down is not good to her. Down is bad. I'm just saying. You got to think about that kind of goddamn shit, brother. Because that's what we involved in. That's why when I kick it, I don't kick it like I'm some kind of goddamn scholar with degrees all over my wall and shit. I talk like a regular motherfucker, limited English, but I make so much sense with the words I use. And it's devastating. Whereas the average educated motherfucker want to show his education and say all kind of words that make whoever he talking to that's not educated think the person is educated. I don't need that kind of false, grandiose bullshit. I ain't leaving where I'm from. I'm from the hood. And I'm going to stay from the hood. I'm going to elevate my motherfucking self. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I do, like I do it, but I'm representing the hood. But don't think I can't represent the goddamn classroom too. Because if I get there with some motherfucker talking that classroom shit, I'm going to let them see. Then you miss me with it because I'm down with it too. Okay. Listen, y'all. I did a little more talking than I normally would do. And I actually think this was the first time I actually talked. It wasn't that bad. Rich Money, you got some of your game for me. Well, if you got any game for me, you got real game. How do you stay loyal in a relationship? Hub 46. You stay loyal in a relationship by being a man of your motherfucking being a man with principles. I'm loyal as fuck. As much shit as I talk, as many times as I can pull the bitch over and could have went over there and went up in her pussy. I don't do that shit. You gotta place value on yourself, motherfucker. If your dick ain't worth shit, put it in any bitch. I don't do that shit. That was a good question, but it was a silly question to me because it's easy to place loyalty on yourself. Don't be no lying ass bastard. Don't let no bitch flaunt no pussy in front of you. Now, that's the like quick answer. The real motherfucking answer is to charge your bitch. Put a price on your motherfucking dick like they do they pussy. They want to go out and do this and do that. Hey, well, you know, if you gonna get this pussy, you gonna take me to do something. You guys accept that shit. Man, I'm the opposite. She want me to come get it. Come pick me up so we can. Man, I don't feel like. Well, come on, well, come get. Well, look, I need woo woo, but I'm gonna tell her something. And I need this to the extent that it's keeping me from coming over there. So I can't come over here as long as I'm needing that damn shit. Well, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it for you. Now, bitch, I don't want you taking care of shit for me because I ain't paying you back. And the bitch say, I don't want you to pay me back. I just want to help you. And in that case, before that bitch got the word you out her mouth, I don't want you to pay me back. I just want to help. I'm already at that bitch house. Hey, baby, what's up? Come, I'm saying, I'm getting something for mine. All right, bitch ain't got to think she paying me. She can help me. Girl, my graphics about 800 this time. Just come over, I'll give it to you. I want no motherfucking check, Bill. Don't worry. I know what to say to that bitch because I'm getting what I want. I'm down. Hey, that's for you, Huck 46 TDK. Ooh, TDK. That sounds like some real shit. That was a good answer to that motherfucker, TDK. TDK said, Huck 46, that question shows that you scared to think and scared of the truth. TDK, goddammit. I don't fucking know you. But goddammit, you got my course. Or you been fucking with me. You don't, just because you're talking about thinking and the truth, you got my course, man. You got my course, man. If you don't have it, you sure. What's wrong if you rhyme lingo and do see there, you guys? Whoever the fuck TDK is just came on there. I got your course, Rose, but hey, proof in the pudding. I don't still won't know who the fuck that is. But people don't say certain things. You can see who's talking to you by what they say. I'm that dope. Hey, I gotta go now. Hey, listen, I gave you something you could never get. Trying to learn this shit. See, trust me. You see how I thought about that? Then I made my mind up. Then I made a motherfucking decision, spoke it out. That's Bud. I'm gone.